This is the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast, and I'm your host, Trudy Simmons from the Daisy Chain Group, providing platforms for women entrepreneurs to be seen and heard. This platform is for women entrepreneurs that want to hear the real stories of what it takes to be yourself and run a business with all the different hats that you might have to wear. These are the stories of the tenacious, the rebellious, and the resilient women that are working towards the future that they want to build for themselves and their families. Hello and welcome to the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast. And this is all about the Shine On You Crazy Daisy book, volume 2. And today I'm introducing you to Hayley Thomas from Miazza. Hayley, I'm so excited and thank you so much for being involved. Please tell us about your business.
Thank you very much for having me. My business is Miazza, and I'm a spiritual teacher, energy practitioner, and sports remedial massage therapist. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I support my clients to feel connected, empowered, joyful, and a little bit more belief in miracles.
Oh, I love it. It's a great introduction.
Thank you.
Looking at all of those things, one of the things that you talk about and the title of your chapter is about safety and freedom. And you talk about the contradictory terms of safety and freedom and how these have driven your life. Tell us about that.
Okay, so it has changed very much over the years because I've always been I say rebellious, but that makes me sound slightly more exciting than I am, I think. I've always just wanted to do what I want to do, not to the detriment of anyone else, but to feel that freedom of just being free. And it has adapted a lot over the years. When I was younger, it was a lot of possibly more reckless than I am now. I used to travel a lot. I used to do some silly things like jumping out of planes and things like that, as one does. But that freedom really is, as I've come to learn over the years of being my own boss, is actually about being able to be myself and be fully who you are all the time. I'm very lucky that I have a family dynamic that allows that. I have a very loving husband, very lovely son, and my extended family as well. But weighing that with the safety is the bit that it's been a recent revelation, really, that the two for me go hand in hand. Whereas safety can feel a little bit more that you need a strict set of rules, kind of, because that's what holds you in that safety. But for me, actually, the freedom to make my own choices is my safety, because then I'm master of my own destiny. I'm in control of what I'm trying to achieve. Doesn't mean it's not scary, doesn't mean it's not absolutely petrifying at times, but those are the two things that I try to balance.
God, it's such a big conversation, isn't it? And it's worth looking at these of where that may have triggered people in you just saying those things, because
absolutely
have such different feelings for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had a couple of my close friends have read my chapter, and one is quite spiritual, as I am, and was really, I hear you on that, and I really kind of resonate with that. And my best friend, who is not quite so down the hippy dippy trail, she said it's really good. You know, she was very supportive and big cheerleader, but I don't think she quite got that the two can kind of coincide, really.
And they support each other.
Yeah, absolutely. In my opinion, they really do, because to feel safe, you need to be free to do what that means for you. But to be free, the safety element, it stops you with the worry, it stops you with the kind of fear. Is one of the number one thing that holds us back, isn't it, in any walk of life, be it business or personal. So to not feel safe colors every decision you make.
Self-employment fit with those feelings of safety and freedom?
Wow, absolutely. And it's, again, really very interesting to sort of sit and look at it, because initially, for, like I say, with my freedom of just kind of doing what I really liked, the safety of a full-time job where you know the day you're going to get paid, I still, 10 years later, look at my bank on the 20th of the month, which is when my corporate job used to pay, and it's not there, and you think, oh. But the set payday, the set sick pay, holiday, you know, all of that, it's a good safety net, because it gives you the freedom to do what you want to do, because you've got the money to do it. But my self-employment, we fit our whole family life around being self-employed and having that freedom. We home educate our little boys. So actually today, once I've finished talking to your lovely self, done some lovely networking, we're free. We can do what we like. The sun's come out now. So we're free to go and do something together as a family on a random Monday afternoon. And that is very, very important to us.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've just fitted everything into that conversation of how does self-employment fit with safety and freedom. What it does is it gives you family time. It gives you the ability to be able to structure your whole life the way that you want, because you've got the safety of knowing what your business is, and you've got the freedom of knowing what your family needs and wants.
Yeah. And being able to step up or down the business depending on the family needs, and also in the nicest possible way saying to the boys, you're not going to see me for a few days because mum needs to do some work, and being able to balance it like that, because I control my own schedule.
Control my schedule. I love it. The pandemic must have impacted you enormously, because the majority of your business was hands-on with massage.
Yeah.
What did you do at that time, and how have you handled it over the last 18 months?
Well, Trudy, I cried a lot. No, I did, to be honest. It was, as I mentioned in my chapter, control is quite a big part of things for me, and of that safety, and having that snatched away repeatedly in over those 12 months of 2020 to 2021. I was open for 4 months of that year. Very fortunate with the support I've had, and very grateful for, the money prop ups from the government and things. But I thrive. I'm an extrovert. I thrive on having my business running with people and seeing people. So what I've done eventually is moved quite a bit online. I've offered varying different courses through the probably the tail end, the beginning of this year really was when I got really stuck in. But my website is currently being rejudged, and it's all a work in progress, but it's coming sort of end of October. It should all be ready to go, and that will be offering online courses, so being able to access me and my services in a different way.
I think as well, what I've seen and witnessed from this massive change that anybody's had to go through, but with you, is that the ability you had to switch from, I have a hands-on business with a bit of my hippy-dippy side, as you call it, to, okay, I have a hippy-dippy side with a side of massage, massage, and healing. The way that you've managed to do that, and to allow your customers to be able to have contact with you in a healing way, because you have this incredible ability of listening to people and being able to not just listen, but to heal with Reiki and the other modalities that you're able to use. As much as being able to offer that in online courses, people being able to do that online with you, I think has been a real step forward for you and your business.
Yeah, thank you. It has given just access to me in a different way. And it's taken a bit of development for me, because working with energy, working in that way, it takes a lot. I'm a big personality, as you know, I'm a big energy, and I like to give that to people. So getting over the fact that the screen is a barrier took me a little while, but I think I've mastered that now. Because I don't find it exhausting doing energy work with people in person, but I was finding the screen quite exhausting. So to know how to support myself to give the best of me over the screen, so that's been a bit real sort of learning curve for me as well.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, because there are so many people out there that said the pandemic hit and I switched my business online in 5 minutes. Well, I probably said I did it with networking, but the difference in how you need to be for the different services that you may be offering, it really does need to be thought about. It isn't a case of I can do this, it's no different. For some people, that business change is massively different, but you've navigated it, and it's been.
I think so. I think so. Well, I resisted it for a long time, and I think, as you know, and I think a big part of that was that whole extrovert thing, where I spend all my time with my hands on people, and in that way, that close contact healing, And it was a few months into the pandemic, the first lockdown. And I just sat there and I thought, I just don't know what's the matter with me. I'd got over the big hurdles of the financial situation, where we're at, all those big ducks were all in a row as much as they ever are. And then I thought, well, I just feel depleted. And actually it was because that energy exchange in person wasn't happening. So I had to become kind of more aware of that, to receive energy in a different way as well.
Wow.
I'm very fortunate that I don't live on my own, because I would have turned into a crazy cat lady, like collecting up the neighborhood cats or something.
Ooh, lally.
Yeah, quite.
Amazing. Thank you. It's really important to have these conversations, and for people to know that they're not alone in the way that they may have to approach these things in any part of their business. So if there was one lesson that you wanted every entrepreneur to know, what would it be?
I think it's got to be trust your gut. Always, because we are faced with different people, different propositions, different offerings, different things constantly. And it's very easy to get caught up in either the glitz of it or the enthusiasm of other people, when deep down we kind of go, not sure if that's right for me, or not sure if it's the right timing for me. And actually it's crucial that you listen to that. And we all learn the hard way with various different things, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and just pack it in now.
I look forward to my next proposition. Quite honestly.
Yeah, probably should have reworded that.
What's your favourite business book?
Well, I've thought about it, and I think two different ones. So if I'm going to hold it up, I've got The Purple Cow by Seth Godin, however we say that. And I think, again, that's about being your own sort of USP, really, being your own, standing in your own power and your own truth, and being who you are. And as someone that sells a service as opposed to a product, I'm selling myself. I'm selling what I can do and what I can offer, and that is always going to be unique to everybody.
Yeah, brilliant. I haven't heard of that one, so I'm going to take a look. Thank you. What was your other secret one?
My other one was it was The Secret, and there's a lot been added kind of to the concepts of that book over the last that was 2006, I believe that came out. So lots has been added to the concepts of it, but it brought the law of attraction to kind of the common consciousness, as it were. It really put it under the limelight, and that's been really, really powerful in changing people's lives.
And you teach that, don't you?
I do, yes. I'm a law of attraction teacher, yes.
Brilliant. Are you doing an online course for that?
I've offered an online and I've offered it in person, and actually the people that have been interested recently want to come in person, so I'm actually probably going to offer both before the end of the year. Good.
I think that there's lots of scope for that. I think people need to build up their belief again.
Yeah.
And in doing that, why not do it as the mindset work as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hayley, this has been amazing.
Thank you
so much for your honesty and for making people think in a different way and letting them into your life. Thank you for being a part of the book as well.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's very exciting.
Thank you so much for watching the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast. If you've liked what you've seen today, then please make sure that you click the subscribe button to this channel to see more inspiration and motivation as more of these stories keep coming out. And if you want even more, click on the link below this video and go and have a look at the series of books Shine On You Crazy Daisy and get even more inspiration and motivation for you and your business.